It is part 3, and we're in somewhat of a difficult situation since we lost the war against Corsica. Now we need to fight a war against the Vandals, and Sardinia is also fighting against the Vandals.
Bruh.
Yeah, I think the best thing that could happen is that they defeat the Vandals for us and we're out of the war completely. And I hope, yeah, that's just the best thing that could happen. But even though it was difficult, I had to move forward. So welcome to part 3 of my Eastern Roman Empire campaign. Another financial setback like that would be dramatic. Moreover, uprisings threatened to break out all over the empire, and so it was on the verge of crumbling. But the victory of Corsica against the Vandals ended the war. Lucky me. Now it was about to regain the favor of my vassals. And look at all these different cultures. A real Roman Empire. During this period, I spent most of my time with vassal managing. But our Roman friends in Illyria were facing their end, as their last daughter was married to a barbarian and thus lost her children to his clan and culture. So I offered my guardianship to raise their boy and save the Roman culture in Illyria, but I doubt that it will last for much longer. Generally speaking, the empire was in a good way, despite its financial crisis. But a barbarian horde challenged the rising empire with an invasion, and so the armies were sent to fight them off. And after several battles and sieges, Rome was victorious. Many in the Senate demanded the integration of Illyria in the Roman Empire, but they were too proud.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
A bit of setback for every Roman. Slowly my finances recovered, and I made sure to strengthen the economy even further. And so I built a new and massive church, the biggest in all of Europe. With these things all settled, I started to regain my power. Corsica, on the other hand, had completely lost their newly gained territory and influence, and so there was only one logical thing to do: an invasion to revenge and conquer the islands. This time, however, step by step, to secure the success of the campaign. Besides my advances, the Greek language was also spreading like crazy. Imagine speaking Latin in 616 AD. Cringe. A short time later, Sardinia was also captured and reintegrated in the empire. Slowly but surely the pieces moved in our favor, especially since now the entire Mediterranean was once again under Roman control. I planned to continue the reconquest of Italy, but some nations had insanely strong armies, especially Pisa, and I had to be careful with my next steps. So I decided to advance slowly and carefully. I made rapid progress in the next few days, and Mediolanum came closer and closer. And then I dared the war against Pisa. They were a worthy opponent, but not more, and I could claim victory and move towards Ravenna, another city with a big Roman history. The following battle was in my favor, until suddenly enemy reinforcements arrived from Pisa and turned the battle against me. But it was to come even worse, as I suddenly had a much larger opponent in the east. The Islamic invasion had begun.
Oh my freaking god.
I called out for help to every ally I had. This situation was tricky, and while the Muslims advanced, my troops decided to quickly visit South America. I don't know, just for no reason. And then to continue the fight after that. Thanks, I guess. My legions also lost the second battle in Italy, and the result was devastating. Now I was in depth again, and on top of that, I had to fight the greatest threat the empire had ever seen since Aurelius. No way, what? There is no way. Bro. Bro, there is no way the Muslims are speaking Greek. Okay, that is a plot twist. Holy damn. They were like, nah, it shall be Greek, and so it was. Bro, even Africa is speaking Greek. Like, the whole world is speaking Greek. That's pretty cool. You could probably talk to everyone in Greek, except Spain. They're Latin. They're like, nah, we're not doing this. Even Germany. Because of the lack of money, I was fighting with heavy debuffs, so I had basically no chance against a superior army. However, I found a cheesy way to get behind their lines and just went in the offense. And my plan succeeded, luckily, as I'm pretty sure that I would have lost a real fight. But the conflict in the east wasn't over yet, as I also had other enemies there. But while defending against other Persian invaders, the Muslims returned. And so our fight went into the second round. And again, I had to defend multiple borders at once, as barbarians started a migration war. I finished off the Muslims once again with the same strategy, and then immediately head off to the north to counter the invasion of the barbaric tribes. However, regardless of how often I won against the Muslims, they always returned even stronger after a couple months. After years of war, I finally managed to negotiate a bit of peace. But this peace lasted suspiciously long, and so I found out that a great prophet of the Muslims had died. But their strength and belief was still the same. A wild beast, tamed for the moment, but with the danger of breaking free any second. A small war in the east followed, but other than that, it remained quiet. I finally had some money again, and after a while, the current emperor died, and so Euthemius ascended the throne. He immediately continued the reconquest of Italy, and even though the campaign was rough, he almost led Rome to victory. However, he died before that, and so his brother ascended the throne. The war was continued and successfully won. After gathering enough prestige, I could revenge the Battle of Carrhae, although this guy did nothing for his achievement. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. It's unusual not to see 15,000 in a red color. More conquests in Italy followed, and Mediolanum was declared the new capital of the province Italy. My vassals next to the Black Sea advanced further into unknown territory, and so I decided to restore the kingdom of the Bosporus. As the northern nations were really underdeveloped, I made rapid progress, quickly conquered new lands. Pisa, however, used the ongoing war in the north to reconquer their lost land. I reacted quickly and was able to win the first battle, so my attention went back to the northern wars. While winning in the north, I lost track of the ongoing war in Italy against Pisa, and so Pisa defeated me once again. I now concentrated on reconquering the last parts of the Bosporus kingdom. I conquered more and more, until I eventually succeeded. All the lands of the former kingdom were now under Roman control. The empire had overcome its crisis. The first universities were built in Egypt to further increase civic growth. Unfortunately, I can only restore the Bosporus kingdom officially if I change the culture of the provinces to Hellenic. But whether I do that is a different question for another time. For now, the empire is safe, and that's all what matters.